Now it's underclassmen looking to make their mark. Though Boston University is hoping to keep the championship in the family. Paul Luevino, the freshman from Los Angeles who runs for Boston University, is the top-seeded runner, a time of 8:03.08. If he runs that today, that will be a Patriot League championship record. That is 4 seconds better than the previous Patriot League championship record. So Luevino, a really tough threat. He finished third at the Patriot League cross-country championships. The one to watch here, the marine biology major from Los Angeles for Boston University. Also in this field, Ryan McCoy, a senior from Navy, who was third yesterday in the 5,000. Other favorites include Robbie Santoyo, Jacob Fong, and Ben Petrella, all three from Army West Point. Remember, Army West Point and Navy are locked neck and neck in the team race, with Navy ahead by just a couple of points. Here's your entire field. The time to beat is 8:24.65, set by Mitchell Russo in the first heat. Paul Luevino will wear bib number 1. Last year's fifth-place finisher, Luke Giuliano from Bucknell, is going to wear hip number 2. Wearing hip 3, Aladdin Tierba Jr. from American. Wearing hip bib number 4, Benjamin Petrella, the freshman from Army West Point. Army West Point freshman Robert Santoyo wears hip number 5. Gabriel Cullison wears hip number 6, junior from Navy. Lehigh freshman Matthew Kravitz wears hip number 7. Jacob Fong, who finished 6th last year, is one of the highest touted seniors in the field. He's wearing hip number 8 from Army West Point. The winner of the 5,000 yesterday, Drew Dorflinger, freshman from Bucknell, wears hip number 9. Navy senior Ryan McCoy, who finished 3rd in the 5,000 yesterday, wears hip number 10. Then it's Brett Davidson, a freshman from BU, wearing number 11. Number 12 is Jake Brophy, a freshman from Navy. Patrick Riley, a junior from Lehigh, wears number 13. Ryan Spear wears number 14, a senior from Navy. And John Tolbert, a junior from Lehigh, wears number 15. Out of the chute early, Matthew Kravitz must have ate his Wheaties this morning. He is way ahead of the pack, trying to take it out very hot. And you almost wonder if his goal is to be the rabbit that speeds up the field so that Luevino can get the honest pace he may be looking for to set a record. When you watch international track and field on the professional circuit, there are professional rabbits. Their whole job is to go out and try to take the field out quickly. Then they'll generally drop out before the end of the race. Right now, looks like what Kravitz may be doing. He has about a 50-meter lead on the rest of the field, only 2 laps in to this 3,000. In fact, this is Luevino, excuse me, confused the number 1 with the number 7. So this is Boston University freshman Paul Luevino, and this tells you that Luevino is thinking about a Patriot League record. He is not worried about the rest of the field. He has built a 50-meter lead already. Paul Luevino has run a time that is about 15 seconds faster than anybody else in the Patriot League this year. In a 200-meter track, that's about half a lap's worth that he could win this race by. He's already obliterated the field. Only 4 laps in, he has a huge lead, 1:45 gone. Luevino is 50 meters ahead of the rest of the group. Luevino out of Los Angeles won the indoor mile at the BU Multi-Meet earlier this year. He was the 3-time city section cross-country champion in Los Angeles. And in California, a state that definitely does not lack the track talent, he made the state finals in the 1,600 and the 3,200 as a junior and a senior. Also a guy who is very academic-centric. He is a marine biology major. Luevino still about 50 to 60 meters ahead of the rest of the pack. That race, interesting too, though. We have to keep a close eye on that second pack because that's where the team championship may be determined. 3 runners from Army West Point, 4 runners from Navy in the thick of that race. Luevino on a ridiculous pace right now, sub 8 minutes if he keeps it up. In second place at the moment, Navy's Ryan McCoy, who finished 3rd yesterday in the 5,000. Americans' Aladdin Tierba sits in 3rd place. How comfortable does Luevino look right now? He doesn't seem tense at all. His head's bobbing a bit, looks relaxed, like he's just out for a training run. And at this point, That's almost what it looks like when he has a half a track lead on the rest of the pack. Still second place for McCoy, third place for Tirba. Navy running very well with Gabriel Collison in fourth place. Midshipmen looking to extend their 3-point lead on Army West Point. Army has some strong runners, Santoyo, Fong, and Petrelli in the middle of that pack as well, and they're starting to navigate their way through some of the traffic. Paul Luevino early on, first lap, took about a 50-meter lead. He has just locked that margin in and led by 50 meters the rest of the way. He'll hit the midway point right here. 4:02.5, his 1,500-meter split. That puts him on an 8:05 pace, which would not be his fastest time this year, but it would still be the Patriot League Championship record. Time to beat is 8:07.51, so he's a couple of seconds ahead of the Patriot League record pace. If you're looking at pure technique, Luevino is maybe more like a Jim Furyk in golf. He does not have the traditional straightforward arm bob back and forth that a coach would teach you. But when you run like Luevino does, a coach isn't going to try to correct your form when you're that quick and that dominant as a freshman. So he's just cruising along, still about 50 meters ahead of the rest of the pack. Second place still occupied by Ryan McCoy, the Naval Academy senior from New Glarus, Wisconsin, who was second at the cross-country championships back in the fall. Gap is slightly closing now. You're looking at more like a 40-meter gap. Luevino finishing his turn as the rest of the pack catches the turn. So the question may be, did Luevino go out a bit too early? On the bright side, he built a huge lead. Hits 2,000 meters at 5 minutes and 30 seconds. He is still on Patriot League record pace. Also in the middle of that second pack, last year's fifth place finisher, Luke Giugliano. And I think we would be doing a disservice if we did not bring attention to Giugliano's facial hair. He has worked hard on the mustache that he has grown, only to show it off today. So the next time you look in the middle pack, look for the huge Fu Manchu mustache on a really strong runner, Luke Giugliano. Lead is now about 25 meters, so it is dwindling a bit for Luevino. Did he go out a bit too fast? Well, that Tirba of Americans leading the pack back. Luevino's first couple of laps were on something like a 7-minute 45-second pace, which would have just been absurd. Doing what he can to hold on here. His lead is now only about 15 meters. Got to credit the Chase pack. They never gave up after Luevino built that big lead. Tirba is coming in second place. Army West Point's Robert Santoyo has moved into third place. Santoyo in third, Giugliano in fourth, and McCoy has fallen back to fifth. Here comes the catch. Luevino has come all the way back to the pack. Leighton Tirba has caught him with a couple laps to go. 2 laps to go, and now here's another charge. Second effort from Luevino. It's like he was playing possum with the group. He let him catch up, and now he stops on the gas pedal again, separating away from Tirba. Paul Luevino had a little something extra in the tank, huh? He's back up by 20 meters and counting. Here comes the bell. Luevino stretching away. Needs to run the final lap in 24 seconds to break the Patriot League record. Luevino let him come all the way back, then he's separated, and now he leads by 30 meters. Tirba in second. Navy's McCoy has now passed him, and McCoy's in second place. Paul Luevino has a smile on his face as he turns for home. He won't break the Patriot League record, but he'll win by about 40 meters to take the 3,000 championship. Close race for second. Tirba gets it. Navy's McCoy is third. Very close for fourth between Giugliano and Santoyo. Santoyo takes fourth. Giugliano settles for fifth. So first place for Luevino, second place for Tirba. Luevino wins by 5 seconds. McCoy third, Santoyo fourth, keeping at least within striking distance in that Navy versus Army battle. Yesterday's 5,000 champion Dorflinger from Bucknell finishes fifth. And Riley from Lehigh takes sixth. Navy's Brophy takes seventh. Giugliano fell back to 8th place. So those are your scores in the men's 3,000 meter. Coming up next, the relays. The distance medley relay followed by the 4x400 relays.